What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I know I've been doing a bunch of shorts lately, but I wanted to talk about the Skydio that I have here. So this is the Skydio 2, not the 2 Plus. The 2 Plus has the antennas here in the front that pop up to give it longer range. But this is the Skydio 2 that came out in November of 2019. So I bought this from a buddy. I did not pick this up brand new. He had it brand new, and when I got it in the box, and you guys saw when I put the short out, this thing is in perfect condition, okay? So I went ahead and I bought the accessories. So I got the beacon here, and I bought the remote. And I did a recent short showing you guys using the remote, setting up the drone to fly. And I wanna answer some questions that were left behind about this, okay? Because this is not your traditional drone. If you are accustomed to using DJI drones, this is not it's DJI, okay? Now, when using this remote, very different, right? When you flip it up, it automatically comes on. You have a return to home button here. The sticks are very short. And then even using these paddles here on the back, it is very different than what I'm accustomed to with DJI. This controller, be honest, it feels kind of flimsy, but it seems like this was an afterthought, to be honest with you, with Skydio versus them creating their own remote, right? But it does work well. I prefer to have the scroll wheel instead of having this dial to go up and down with, and that's cool. And then you have your zoom over here. You have your boost button here and your record or photo button there. But overall, it wasn't bad flying this. I'm gonna show you guys some examples throughout the video of flying this thing, right? But I would say this from the beginning, okay? Because I had to do some research on this device because I had a couple times when I was using it, it just took off, right? Without me really putting in any input. So I watched some YouTubers, and to be honest with you, a lot of YouTubers, when they had this drone, really didn't know how to use it. So if you were following what they were doing, that's why it didn't work correctly. So Skydio has their own videos that they put out about how to use the beacon properly, how to use the remote properly, and how to fly the drone properly. So I subscribed to Skydio's channel and then really understood how this is supposed to work versus watching a bunch of YouTubers, because when they got it, they were still thinking of it as a DJI drone. This is far from a DJI drone. This is a tracking drone, okay? This is fine if you're trying to get cinematic shots and you're looking at some of the shots that I've done throughout the video with this drone. But this really, the purpose of this with all these cameras is to track you. So I'm gonna set up a trip taking an ATV ride. I'm gonna use this with the beacon and my cell phone attached to it the way it's supposed to work, and take you guys along with me on that trip. I got a couple of other trips coming up, going to Santa Marta. I'm thinking about going to Necoclí, which is all inside the country of Colombia, and taking this with me, let it track me on the beach, fly it out a little bit, things like that. You know, I would love to take both of my drones, which is the DJI Mini 4 Pro and this, but I know that might be a bit much. If I end up taking a car ride to Manizales, I will take both of these. That ride is probably 3.5, 4 hours away. I would take both and then just compare them both side by side so you guys can see the difference when it comes to tracking and using this the way Skydio says use it versus using it the way I see some of the other YouTubers using it, okay? But overall, I would say this, guys. If anyone is thinking of picking up this drone, obviously we know the issues that are going on currently with DJI, the US government, and the whole thing, you know, that's going on with them about spying on US citizens and whatnot. But if you are thinking of picking up a Skydio 2 or a Skydio 2 Plus, I would say this, you definitely want to get these accessories. Now the price has gone up since these originally came out. These both were at $150 when this first came out in 2019. The price has unfortunately gone up. So this remote right now is $179 plus tax. It's still under 200 bucks. It's like right at $190 after taxes for this. And then this goes for $219. With the taxes, you're gonna be closer to 235 to 240, something like that. But it's over 290. I know it's 219 for this. All right. So, you know, living here in Colombia, I had to pay import taxes on this one. There were no import tax on this. It was just the weight of this because it's over 200 bucks. But I would say this is a solid drone if you want to use it for tracking. You can use it for cinematic. You know, I was able to take it out about a half a mile, and that's inside the city where there's a lot of Wi-Fi signal and whatnot, right? Because this is not known for distance. Range, you know, this is only going to get you, according to Skydio, it's supposed to get you up to a mile. You know, I had a lot of breakup around half a mile with this, using this remote. So it's not really for that. You can get shots with that. You can get some great cinematic shots. You have waypoints. You have a lot of great stuff in this tech for this drone to be 6 years old. But the real purpose of this is to track you on a vehicle, walking, or whatever it may be. So that's why I want to do it with an ATV, okay? But I just wanted to give you my thoughts on this device, man. It's a great drone. It really is. You know, battery life, let me talk about that real quick. Now, they have two different versions of the battery life. The batteries that I got from my buddy when I bought this are the original batteries back from 2019. They do make batteries that have that are a little bit bigger than the originals, so you should be able to get a little bit more. Another thing to understand too is when you're setting up the remote. See, when I first went out, I had the throttle at 100%, right? But what that does is keeps everything at like with DJI in sport mode. You don't want to do that because it eat that battery up like that. It ate that battery up in less than 10 minutes. But when you throttle it all the way back down and then it runs at about 9 miles an hour, 11 miles an hour, you can get a good 18 to 20 minutes of flight out of this. So those are little things like that you have to learn when using this device, because again, this is not DJI. This is a totally different drone. And if you never had a Skydio, you never used a Skydio, you know, it'll take you a minute to figure it all out, how to make it work, because you got to play around with it, you got to use it. And then once you get the hang of it and really understand it, then you're not afraid when you take it up and it's moving around and it's dodging everything, because it doesn't really like to stay still. It likes to move. Like anything it sees that could possibly be something it could hit, it'll move around it. So I'd like that part of it. But I can't wait to take it out on the ATV to see how it really performs in the field, just using the beacon connected to my iPhone, which by then I should have the 17 Pro Max. But anyway though, guys, that's it for this video. Hey, I appreciate everybody watching as always. And until the next time, guys, I am out of here.